Hey everybody, this is Avaris Paradox, and welcome back to Weekly Indie One-Shots, the show where we take a look at an indie title with an interesting story or gameplay design. This week's selection is actually a game that is not currently out, but has a demo available on Steam. It's Titan Souls from developer Acid Nerve. It's a pixel art style adventure game, but how I would describe its core concept is, take a pixel art style graphical game, throw in Shadow of the Colossus and Dark Souls, and then set the blender to puree, and you have Titan Souls. I played a little bit of it, and I'm going to show you in this one-shot at just how unforgiving and rewarding it can be, so let's hop into it. Alright, so this is the main title menu. So since this is a demo, I don't expect this to be the fully fleshed out version of this. So let's take a look at the options menu just to see what we have in the demo. We have your basic options: music volume, sound effects, resolutions, full screen or windowed, VSync, and this does support gamepad, and I do believe it's going to also be available on console. So I've been playing with the gamepad just because it feels a little bit better, especially just the way that you have to aim in this game. You have a timer as well. I haven't messed with that at all. And you have different bevy of languages. I don't think it's fully featured yet, though. So let's go ahead and start the game. As you can see, I've already started a save file, and I've only killed one of the 4 enemies you can meet in the first area. And in that time, which is only just under 11 minutes, I died 13 times. So let's start a new file. Let's do number 3. So tap to roll, hold A to run, X to fire. Now the arrow, which is your primary means of attack, is kind of interesting because you only get one of them. So let me show you. So you aim by holding down the X, which also charges it up, and you aim with the analog stick, which is the left analog stick. Fire. Now you have to recover that arrow. You don't get another one. So you can recover it manually by running over it, or you can hold the Y button, which roots you in place, but it summons your arrow to you. The downside to that is the simple fact that since you are rooted, you are very susceptible to getting killed, which this game is very good at killing you. So let's hop into this first area. I still haven't been able to beat this boss. I'm pretty sure I know how. He's just very hard to time the shot. So as soon as you enter the room, you're not immediately in combat, from what I've noticed. You have to actually initiate combat by attacking the enemy. So that's our enemy. He's the giant cube monster. And what's interesting about him is the fact that as he moves around, his giant eyeball, which is going to spawn on one side, shoots a laser. But you have to watch the side of die that he's going to land on in order to time your attacks. So let me go ahead and start the fight. Oh. And if he runs over you, you die. So that laser can kill you. Yep, see? Immediate death. So, death 1. So yeah, this game is extremely difficult. I've only been able to kill one of the bosses, like I said. And after I do a couple more attempts on this guy, I might just go ahead and go to the boss I have been able to defeat and show you how that works, as far as the victory conditions and what you get rewarded with, which I don't know if it's fully implemented. So let's go ahead and start this again. I'm actually going to shoot on an angle, so that way my arrow won't be in the direct path of him. And I missed. Magical arrow. I think that's really cool. Ah, lasers. Oh, no, and I'm dead. So yeah, this game is very difficult. But I like that. Having been playing Bloodborne for almost a week now, I've gotten used to the sort of limited difficulty that is involved there, because I came from playing Demon Souls and Dark Souls, and honestly, Bloodborne is the easiest Souls game so far, so this jump in difficulty and just how easily you die is actually a little refreshing in an industry that just makes games pretty much wheelchair easy mode for the most part in order to draw in more customers. Now, it's not to say that Bloodborne is easy, by no means. Some of the bosses are, and I got roasted by the laser. Some of the bosses are quite difficult, but in this game, it's fun to find out how to kill the boss, and then actually trying to initiate that victory is fairly difficult. And I like that. I like difficult games. It gives me a reason to come back. It doesn't need a new game plus if it's this difficult to begin with, unless you just want to challenge yourself. Yep, he got it. I was about to line up a shot, too. I'm pretty sure the only way to kill him is in the interim between shots. So I'm actually going to go to a different boss and show you what some of the other bosses in the demo look like. I'm pretty sure I know how to beat this one too, but his actual setup to kill him seems, I don't know, I just don't see how to do it right off the bat. Because I'm gonna go ahead and show you before I start the boss fight. These fire plates right here, there's a vent shaft that actually starts a flame underneath where he spawned right now. So I'm guessing you have to make him hit a plate and then immediately hit the fire to melt him, and then maybe you get a shot. Because I'm pretty sure that's a giant brain inside that ice block. But I'll show you the way he moves. So yeah, he slides like that, and I completely mistimed that. I'm gonna try that again. See if I can't not mess up that badly. But yeah, he slides around the floor in whatever direction you're in, which is pretty interesting, because you can ricochet him off walls, hit multiple pads, which, like I said, your character's not heavy enough to actually do it. And he also has a floating attack where he'll float up into the air and land, I think, near the center of the area. So let's try this again. Without so much death. Yep, that was... See what I'm talking about, though? As he goes over those plates, he lights the fire. Now, on my first gameplay, on my first save file, I actually tried to see if maybe there was enough time for him to bounce off the wall into the fire. Apparently he's... I don't know if you have to just make him gain momentum somehow, but he doesn't seem to last... The fire doesn't seem to last long enough to actually pull that off, so... Let's see. So the fire does last a long time if he's standing on it for a while, but it doesn't seem to last long enough to do what I want it to do, which is, see, it's like immediately goes off. Okay. My other thought was maybe I have to hit all of them in a certain order to make the fire stay on, but there doesn't seem to be an indicator. Him hitting it really hard. The arrow doesn't seem to really do much either, which is unfortunate. So yeah, I don't actually know how to complete this boss encounter, which is, I want to figure it out, because this is like really fun. Just, it's like the old Legend of Zelda bosses. You didn't know how to fight them until you did it for a while. Or you had the particular item. Okay. Let's see. It's on the fire now. Ooh. Oh, dang. Alright, well, let me show you the other boss you can encounter before we wrap up this weekly one-shot. And this is the one I've actually figured out how to beat, so I should be able to show you what that particular mechanic looks like. I like the pixel art style of this game too. It looks really nice. Alright, so let me go ahead and start the encounter. And he uses those fists to attack you. So it seems the closer you are, the more fists he uses. See that giant eyeball? That giant eyeball in his chest is what you're supposed to hit with your arrow. So let me go ahead and pull off actually accomplishing that. Yeah. The music's really good too. I actually really like the music. This is easily a game I could see doing a weekly series on. Messed that up. I know how to do this, I swear. So you will notice that there's these little pips on this wheel. Those point to each of the directions of the bosses. The one at the top, though, you can't actually access until you get these other three. So just keep that in mind. I don't know if that's a constant theme throughout the entire game in the full release or not, or if it's just there for the demo. But I think it's a good idea, because it forces the player to actually play the other bosses and learn how to do them before you move on to the next area. Or to whatever the final boss of the area is. Alright. Let's do this. And you're done. Now, you have to use Y to retrieve your arrow, but what happens afterward is pretty cool. Feel the power! And I am stronger as a result of your death. So, fairly dramatic power-up as a result of killing that boss. But yeah, I think that's really cool. Because it's very rewarding when you fight a boss that's very difficult and you actually succeed, to get rewarded with something maybe a little bit over the top. It's a nice little tip. So, that's pretty much going to wrap up this weekly one-shot. This has been Titan Souls by Acid Nerve. It is currently not out, but it will be coming out, I do believe, April 14th as of the release of this video. And it is currently $13.99, I do believe, on Steam. It's 10% off until the full release. And the full release, I do believe, is going to be $14.99, so regular price $14.99. $13.99, 10% off. So yeah, that's about it. This has been Weekly Indie One-Shots, Titan Souls. If you want to see more of this or you want me to feature a particular indie game, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you like this content, please make sure to like this video and maybe even share it with your friends. If you want to see more of this, make sure to subscribe or follow me on social media since YouTube sub boxes tend to lag behind. And as always, I will see you in the next video.